Right. So ICT industry, there is a specific thing in ICT industry. We are relying heavily on people and relying heavily on knowledge. It's a quite fast-moving industry. So basically, literally, all that you have in a specific moment is the people and the knowledge that you have. Sustainable competitive advantage is quite difficult to achieve. So in ICT industry, I think that like they say that happy customer is your best marketing. I find that similarly a happy employee is a best referral for future employees. So I think that this high employee rating is a crucial thing for an ICT company, and in ICT this industry it's quite difficult to achieve it. In this presentation you will be hearing from me about this, how we achieve it in our company, and I will be of course introducing our company in a couple of slides. It's 10 slides, should be 20 minutes, and no font smaller than 30, so 10, 20, 30. I'm quite sure that I have 10 slides, we will see about the rest. I'm not so sure about the rest. Yeah. So who are we? Before that, what we do have is an employee satisfaction survey that I drew this idea from, and it's a communication tool with the employees where we have feedback about the culture, about things that need changing. We do this annually. A lot of companies have this. We have it for a couple of decades. I think that maybe we are one of the pioneers in the region. And there is one thing here that came to my mind and is quite interesting. I will translate. It says a question for the employee. I would recommend ETK, which is our company, as an employer to my friends and acquaintances. The score is 83 out of 100, which is quite high. If you go into more details, or favorability as we call it, that means that 87% of people said, 5 or 4 completely agree. There is like 10% who are neutral, and 3% who say, nah, this is not good. And I think this is a phenomenal result, actually. I don't have a benchmark to compare it with, only last year, which is higher this year than last year. But I don't know, do you think it's quite good, I think. That actually means that if you stumble upon a random employee of our company and ask him, should I come work with you? You are very likely to have an answer which says, yeah, you should come. You are very unlikely to stumble upon somebody who will say, no, don't come here. At least he's neutral, but very likely to be very, very favorable. Especially, this doesn't show, we also distribute if an employee is less than 7 years in a company or more. If you look at those who are younger, they have an even higher rating, which is, I think, quite a good thing. But who we are? We are a global company. Ericsson, Nikola, Tesla. We are listed on Zagreb Stock Exchange. We work for customers worldwide. From east to west, from Japan to US, I would say. At one point in my career, I was lucky enough to lead a team where we had one project simultaneously in SoftBank Japan and city of Dallas in Texas. So it was quite a fun time. And who we are, we have around 3,500 employees that are working on all these projects. We have offices, we have a regional focus, right? We have offices in Zagreb, Split, Osijek, Rijeka in Croatia, Mostar, Sarajevo, Pristina, and Minsk, of course. That's not all R&D. We have a couple of R&D sites, Zagreb, Split, and Osijek, that's all in Croatia. But we are right now in the process of opening another R&D site in Pristina. So we have job ads that are open. And you can see a stand here, which is all for that purpose. What do we do? First of all, we are working with telecommunication operators. You might have heard already about the name Ericsson. Ericsson has been in telecommunications from the beginning. We as a company have a name from Ericsson. Ericsson is the inventor and the manufacturer and entrepreneur who established one of the first companies for telecommunication exchanges. So that's the core of our business. Then we have something called digital society, which is everything else. Basically any other industry, but we don't do everything. We work in selected domains like healthcare, transport, land administration, etc. We have a huge R&D center. Out of the 3,500 people, 1,800 work in our R&D. This is like one of the biggest R&D centers in the region, right? It's the second biggest Ericsson R&D site in Europe. And we are working on fantastic products there for the telecommunication provider. And we have a lot of competent people who provide services, consultancy, and other capabilities to other customers around the world. So these are the 4 domains that we do. Okay, so that's us. Of course, we focus on all our customers to provide the solutions, working together with partners. Quality is high on our agenda, etc., etc. But the second part of our strategy, the only second part, is our employees, because all that we do is based on our employees and the knowledge that they have. And there we also focus on things that are important to attract and retain them, like career development, personal development, health protection, welfare benefits. And this is something that I must say is recognized. In the ICT industry, since it is fast moving and fast changing, it is very, very easy to neglect this part. Career development, personal development, people are moving around, coming in, going out. This is the thing that needs maturity. Since we are a company that has been established in 1949, we have like 70 years of fine-tuning this process, learning about how we can give to every employee a possibility to give the best from himself, to develop his career, to develop himself, etc. And that fact has been recognized by the new employees that we hire, which we ask after some time, what is the reason that you would recommend? They very often highlight this part, that they feel that they are important. And this is a map of the employees. I've been saying this a lot, and I will be saying it's very important to have such employees that are happy and knowledgeable to be able to be a global company working in all these areas. So that's why 91% is highly educated, and you can see the map of the statistics about the youth or age of the employees. One of the things that I would like to mention on the EU agenda, a high topic is gender equality and the percentage of ICT experts, female ICT experts. So the gender ratio in our company is quite favorable, 73 to 27%. Not only that, 24% of managerial positions are filled by women. Not to forget that our company president is a woman. And the situation in Croatia is quite tough right now, I would say. There is a high inflation rate currently at 12%. We didn't have that for years and years. And especially the salary levels are increasing in ICT sector, of course, because there is a huge demand for ICT experts. So it is quite easy to go to another company and get a higher salary. But we are also struggling with some other things, like decrease of population in Croatia. And last year, for the first time, we had a decrease of ICT experts. So we have 2 problems that we need to solve. The first problem is to get the people to stay in Croatia. And if they decide to stay, then we have a problem to get them to come to our company. So it's far more difficult. And of course, we need to retain people. Here's a little bit of statistics about why people are leaving. As I said, it's quite difficult in this buyer's market to get a higher salary when going to another company, so that's the majority of reasons. But we also take careful consideration about any other reason an employer might have to go somewhere else. And we do a lot to better this situation. We are working a lot on talent acquisition. Last year we have employed 278 new ICT experts. We are working a lot on talent attraction through cooperation with universities. At each point in time, we have 250 students from last years of the university working in our company on concrete projects, which helps them on board and helps us, of course, select the best. We have summer camps for students and other things. We have an onboarding experience, which is like a boot camp for employees, so that when they come, they feel welcome and they can quickly start and learn new things, which is something very important in this time during COVID and after COVID, where we have a new reality about hybrid workspace. We have talent management program and development programs for talents and for managers. Recognition programs and a series of benefits that you can hear a lot more about on our stand from the experts that are standing there. So we actually do a lot, and we put a lot of focus on these things. And one of the things that is a part of our DNA is also innovation. And that's something that's also attractive to students, younger employees, etc. We have as part of our name, I mentioned Ericsson, but we also have another great scientist from the past, which is Nikola Tesla. So it is, innovation is kind of part of our DNA. Also, at one point, more than 10 years ago, Ericsson also purchased a company called Marconi from Italy. So if you know, maybe Guglielmo Marconi was, we call him the inventor of first functional radio. So it was a fun combination of names and scientists, innovators from the past at one point. What we do internally to boost this culture of innovation is a lot of things. First of all, we have hackathons, which you know about, and we have them internally on a regular basis to solve some of the problems that the industries that we are working in and to again generate new ICT solutions. Then we have different innovation days. It's typically once a year where the entire company is dedicated to innovation. Then we have innovation challenges. It is a top-down approach where management can put an innovation challenge to the organization and say, okay, come up with the ideas. It's a quite good tool. And we have this Ericsson Nikola Tesla summer camp for students, which is again, a lot of companies have that, but our summer camps is 21 years old. We have had more than 700 students, more than 400 projects in this summer camp, and a lot of mentors working with students in 5 weeks to generate ideas and to work on projects that might one day be a product. Talking about the products, some of the domains in the digital society, I would like to mention that what we are working on actually is, first of all, is transport, different ICT solutions for transport, which help us as a society, to save lives, especially with our railway solutions, and B, to have better use of the infrastructure that we have. So it's much better to manage the traffic going through a highway that has 3 lanes than to build a 4th lane, if it fits. The second thing that we are active in is healthcare. We are working very much in healthcare. This is an area that we are proud of. We have had more than 20 years experience in this area, starting in Croatia, then we exported it to other countries. And so far we have 4 national informatization projects that we have done globally. That means informatization of healthcare for the entire country. Part of that is typically electronic healthcare records, so where you have your own healthcare history and data in one place, easily accessible by the doctor and by you as a patient. E-prescription, e-referral, meaning you don't have to go around going with papers. E-booking, possibility to online book your slot in any hospital in Croatia and other countries that we have done, and telemedicine. And this whole area, as I said, started 20 years ago as a summer camp project. And then we productified it, and now it's a part of our offering areas. Digital transformation for government and for business, different case management solutions, archiving, learning, geospatial analysis. Land administration is an area which we are specifically strong with the land registry, one-stop shop, possibility to have your own data about the land that you own to get it online. Then we built on top of that the building registry and now infrastructure registry about all the infrastructure, electricity, pipes, optical lines, whatever. And then we have the last two areas, which is sustainability, a topic that is really important for us as a world right now, how ICT can help protecting our environment and the planet. Some of the solutions here are very on demand right now because a lot of companies are thinking how they can protect the environment and of course the public administration as well. And national security and public safety comes quite natural for us because it's protection of critical infrastructure, and telecommunication lines are also critical infrastructure, so it's quite similar to us. The last thing that I wanted to mention is the learning. So in order to maintain this good track record that we have, and in order to be able to provide innovative solutions in the future as well, we are promoting continuous learning. And that means also learning about technology that is coming, and which is not easy. These days, technology is changing rapidly, so you might have, you might easily make a mistake of selecting the wrong technology for a project, and 2 or 3 years later, when this project ends, you realize that you made the wrong bet. So this happens, so you need to make right choices. That's why we have a technology radar. We continuously monitor the technologies that are coming in. We select the ones that we want to continue with, the ones that we want to abandon, and the ones that we want to try and adopt in future projects. And that's also important for learning, because we want to learn about the things that have a future. And we want to have certificates for something that is not obsolete, but part of the future. This is just a sample of what we have. We have more than 400 different technology certificates, and we are not, specifically tied to any one technology. So usually we have for a specific solution 2 types that are interchangeable, I would say. To end this, I would like to say that you have seen what we are doing to attract and retain our employees, the ICT experts. You have learned a little bit more about Ericsson, Nikola, Tesla that you might already know. To wrap it up, I would like to also mention that I've been working in Ericsson, Nikola, Tesla since '99. And myself, I can say it's a great company. It has provided me an international experience, possibility to, I started as a software developer, possibility to manage big teams of several hundred people, and possibility to learn new things, and the possibility to be here with you, actually for the second time in the last 2 weeks, and I hope that I will come also in the future again. So thank you for that. I don't think that we have a Q&A session, but I will be here around if somebody needs, if somebody has a question for me. You're welcome.